Oops. Oops. Sorry about that. Man, I need to. Okay, I need to deoxid that thing. Hello, James Farley. How's it going? And hello, well, James Farley. You're the only one watching. And I'm a little bit late. Wow, 4:16. And hello, everybody. Well, hello, James Farley. My name is Danny. I'm located in Yonkers, New York, USA. And I'll be on for the next couple of hours or so. And we could talk about anything about radio or otherwise. Of course, I prefer radio. So, hello, Anthony friends. How's it going? I saw your Facebook photo of your nice little clean setup. I was doing that here last night. I was cleaning up everything around here. I was so much crap. So I finally organized everything. I spent the whole day picking everything up here. I could actually walk through the room now. Before there was so much clutter. Hey, hello, Bobby. How's it going, Bobby? And now I picked up. The only thing I got to do here is I got to clean these shelves and all. But I'm gonna do something else with the shelves later on. So yeah. So yeah, that was a nice. I like to see tidy ham shack. But of course, that don't last long because like me, I had this thing all nice and tidy here. But then lately, man, it's driving me crazy now. My Zygu, I think I have to do a firmware update on it. Yeah, I had to do a firmware update on the Zygu, I think, because I'm getting some issues now. At first, the way you fixed it was just to reset it, but I don't want to be resetting it all the time. So it's getting to the point where I will see what's gonna happen, but I'm not. Plus, I want to start using the other radio soon. So today I should get the wires in. Actually, I'm gonna check on Amazon real quick if they already delivered them for the Yesu because I mean the Zygo is working fine when I key up when I do the voice. I see the 20 watts and all that. Whatever watts I put on it, it pumps up. But when I go into digital mode, it's showing me zero. So there's something going on. I think it's on the software side. So another thing is which I should have done, which I'm planning to do. That's why I brought this computer here. Is I want to have this one only for streaming. Right now I'm doing the FT8 in here too. And I didn't want to do that, and I did that. So I think that's the other thing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set it up over here, and because there's an issue that has to do with the microphone, or even any audio goes back into the Zygu, it automatically gets into that mode where it's weird. It's a weird. I done a lot of reading on it the last couple of days. Trust me, it's driving me. I think I'm losing more hair today. I mean, the last couple of days. Hello, Drink Trivet. How's it going? And hello, Landy Kotarski. I'm just gonna call you Landy. I'm trying to pronounce the last name. I don't want to butcher it. So top of the day to you too. Yeah. So I'm gonna set it up over here because that's what I wanted to do originally, and I went against my own thing. I want to have just a PC just for streaming, and eventually I'm gonna get a smaller one because I have a big desktop right now. That's a trash can find that I have, but I want to have a small compact desktop, which I'm probably gonna buy later on, and I'm gonna have it there. And then that big desktop's gonna go somewhere else. But this is the one I want to do my digital stuff in. You got that? Water ski. Oh, okay. So it's like a silent. Okay. So okay. So it's Landy water ski. Anyway, I call you Landy. You're the only Landy here anyway. Landy. Yeah. So so that's what I that was my original plan anyway, to have this one just streaming and this one digital, and either the Zygo or the I really want the Zygo to be here just digital, and then I want to use the Yasu for the voice. And that was my original, until I get bigger, until I get the one that I really want, which is either the Icon 7300 or the Yasu FT DX10, one of those two. But that's gonna be a while from now. That's gonna be a long time from now, because I just another thing is I've been studying for the general, but not as much as I wanted to study for the general, because other stuff happens. We all got life stuff that happens, real life stuff that comes. And everything's all about radio. We have other stuff we have to do. So so the general, I was supposed to take it this Saturday. I'm gonna put it off for after I come back from Indiana, because I'm going to Indiana in the middle of next month, and I'm gonna be gone for about 7 days or so. So I'm gonna put it off till March. That way, March I'll be ready, because I'm going through each module right now on the general. And right now, some of them I'm really good on. Some of them I'm very proficient on, but some of them I need more. I need more time. And before because you have to, because they say you should score at least 80 to 85 proficient. I mean consistent before you're ready for the test. He called me yesterday. He said, "Oh, but try to come in anyway, even if you're passing only 65." I'm like, "That's not the question. The question is, you know, yeah, I'm not getting even 65 right now. I'm getting like 60. I got like 60. I got one that was like I got a 70, and but that's not enough. That's not for me. I'm not gonna. I don't want to waste my time on that. I want to make sure I get 85 consistent, boom, boom, and then I'll take it. I'm not rushing. I'm not gonna rush it anyway. I would like to do more on HI, because 10 meters you're very limited, because right now conditions are okay. But of course, I don't really know, because of course I'm having an issue with this one. I'm leaning toward the 7300, only because I already have a Yasu, and I really my original was the 7300. That was my original. But then when I saw Jill's radio or transceiver, I thought about that one too. But at this point now, for what I'm doing with these two, I just want something solid. I don't want no quirky, and I think that I think it's gonna be the 7300. I think I'm leaning toward the 7300. I'm really leaning toward the 7300. Plus, I never owned an ICOM. The only ICOM I own is this little computer radio right here. I never owned the ICOM. No ICOM receiver. I never owned an ICOM in my life, so that would be my first ICOM too. So it looks like it's gonna be the 7300, most likely. So yeah. So Landy says you got it right, Danny. Water ski with a K in front of. Okay. And I think the 7300 would be my vote. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm telling you, lately it's been like I don't know, gremlins, between the issue with this radio the last few days, and of course my SDRPlay, the connection. Something's going on with the connection. It's kind of like if I put it all the way in and I twist it, it doesn't connect for some reason. I have to actually pull it out a little bit, which is not good. That means there's something wrong with the connector. So that's another thing. I was yesterday morning, I did a live stream because I was trying out the HF Discovery Plus, and it works fine. So I'm going to be using that one exclusively for now. until I mean I can still use this one. I can even still use this port, but I have to have it, and I hate that. It just, you know, I don't know if it's wear and tear because I keep using. Yeah, I know they're very popular. I know, Dwayne, they're very popular. So, because what is the price on that now? Let me check what the price is on that. Oh, yeah, because this time around I already got the Zygo, which I'm I was happy until recently. Okay, so the price, so I think the Ace is more money. I think the Ace is more expensive then. Okay, I see. Yeah, I thought $1,100 right now on Gigaparts is $1,100, and the okay mouse coming over here, and the Yaesu. I have to type around the keyboard, so I'm sorry. Right here, FPD. Oh no, that's the 101. That's not the one I want. It's FPD 10. Right, 10. Okay, yeah, it's a big price difference. So the 7,300, I got 7,300 is $1,100. The Yaesu is 13. Well, it's $1,400. So yeah, I see the difference. Because the Yaesu has a nice bells and whistles, but I don't really care about that. I don't really care about the 3D waterfall. I don't really care about that. I don't that that's not a deal breaker. It shouldn't be anyway for me. I just want something solid, reliable, that I can even pass it to my son when it's all said and done. So I know Elmer has the Yaesu. He loves it. And Jules has a Yaesu. He loves it. But I want something, you know, reliable and whatever. It has to be reliable. I can't. Because I have a Yaesu right here, and I'm ready to sell it in a way. I may even sell that one to raise money to get this one. But let me see how it goes with these two with the voice. Because the better one of the voice is the one I'm gonna keep. Because the FTA is okay. I mean FTA is fine. But I really want to keep the one with the better audio, voice thing. And then the other one, well, I'm not gonna sell the Ace anyway because that was a gift. But price wise, I think it's gonna be a 7,300. I think it's gonna happen. $1,100. That's not bad. Not bad. Yep. Well, I don't know. I don't know yet if I want to sell it because now the other thing is, I know last time I said I was having issues with this. I figured it out why this thing wasn't. It was something. So I read it in a forum. When you use the DigiRig, you have to make sure the USB cable. There's because I have two. Well, actually, I have a couple of them. I have three, but I have two down here. This uses USB C. USB C, right? DigiRig. Problem with the other USB C cable, when I plugged it in the computer, it didn't want to see it at all. It didn't see it because it's supposed to give you a COM port. I installed the driver. It's supposed to give you right away when you plug this in, you get a COM port. Whatever COM one, COM two, whatever. You know what I'm talking about? COM port. I wasn't seeing that with that cable. So when I read, and I didn't know it was a cable. I thought something was going on with the driver or something. I read on the forum. No, sometimes some USB cables have an extra. It's like two extra wires inside that this needs. So basically, I wound up using this cable. Okay, there goes my microphone. This is from my phone. This is a USB-C, but this is from my phone. And this one, as soon as I plugged it in, boom, it worked. So anybody troubleshooting DigiRig, you really got to check your cables. You have to check your cables. Check your cable, because I was breaking my head for days, and it was just a cable. I was using the other USB-C cable. Excuse me, and it wasn't seeing this thing. It didn't come up on the computer, and I'm thinking, wow. And I reinstalled the driver. I went and installed another driver. Same thing, nothing. The minute I switch cables, voila, it worked like nothing. It works fine. So I'm telling you right now, it was I forgot, I saved it though. It was a post. I think it was the DigiRig website. It was an article, and it's just a cable. Because when you buy this, it don't come. That's another thing. When you buy this, it doesn't come with a cable. If they charge you, it's just like $100. You would think they would throw in a cable that works with it. Nope. Another pet peeve of mine. Include the cable. Because I'm breaking my head with that cable is a USB-C cable, but it's from another device. And that one wasn't working. And this one worked. When I plugged in this cable, boom, right away, COM4 came up. When you go to Windows and, device manager, and you see all your devices, LPT COM port right there, boom, it came up, popped up. So it's working. Because I thought something was going on with this. And I was like, oh my God. So this is working fine. So now I can set up the cycle. This was preventing me from setting up. Well, of course, like I said, I'm going to do it here. But yeah, it was a cable. That's it. So again, that guy that said set it and forget it, that's not true. When you want to set up digital mode, you got to make sure everything works. You got to make sure you got your hardware set up. You got to make sure you got the right cable. In this case, because it wouldn't have worked. You hear troubleshooting this when it was just a simple cable. You see what I'm saying? It is exercising patience. Exercising patience to mess with all this stuff. I gotta admit that it is. That's why I hate when people say that. When they say it's just set and forget it. No, you have to set all this up. This is not easy. It looks easy, but when these little things pop up, like in this case, it was a cable. It was just a cable. That cable was not working. I happened to have this USB-C cable. This is the one I use for my phone. And this cable. So this cable to me is like gold. This is the best USB-C cable I got out of all my cables. It's just cable. That's it. It worked. It popped up right away. It assigned it to COM4. Boom, it worked fine. And that's why, I don't blame some. Oh, what the hell? Are you kidding me? This thing fell on the floor. Oh my God. Okay. Put it over here. Yeah. Oh my God. I thought I smashed the connector of the microphone. Yeah. No, well, I'm not selling it now. I'm just thinking about it. But James Farley, I have a Yaesu FT 767 GX bin. I'm sitting in my closet for 20 years. Yeah, no, and that's a great radio. I know a lot of people talked about that radio. That's a great radio. And hello, Keegan. From Northwest Arkansas, 41 degrees Fahrenheit and cloudy. Yeah, over here it's 41 degrees also. And cloudy. We had like wet snow. We have snow for like 10 minutes. Big snowflakes for 10 minutes, and then it all melted away. Then it turned into wet snow. So I got to see snow for like 10 minutes. That was it. My backyard was turning, it was starting to stick the snow. And then all suddenly wet snow started coming down. That's it. Everything melted. My son looked at me. His eyes were getting big. He wanted to play out there. And I was like, give it a cup, give it a bit. And then all suddenly it turned into wet. So of course it's 40 degrees now. So, you know, and I think we're supposed to go up to 50 tomorrow. I'm telling you, I think we're gonna make it to the end of the month before we with no snow. And this is gonna be one of those winters that we haven't had. And I have a feeling we're gonna get hit in February and March. Because it happens sometimes. Sometimes in February or March we get hit. We'll get hit with a couple of snowstorms. But right now it doesn't look that way. For some reason. I don't know. Well, you know. King in the Air says snow melting today. And it snowed a couple of days ago. Okay. And Jim's radio check is here. And hello, Jim. Yeah. 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 So lately I'm telling you that I don't know that happens to it happens to me once in a while where I don't know if it's a full moon. Well, I don't even know if it's a full moon or not, but it's like Attack of the Gremlins. All of a sudden everything is not working the way it's supposed to. I just changed my light bulb. Because remember the last few times I was getting really bright. So I just took that light bulb down. I put a lower wattage bulb there. Because the other one was too bright. There's all these little things. Oh my God. Yeah. So let's see what's going on. Let me go check over here what's going on. So that's the deal. I had to postpone it for now because I'm like getting 60, 60, 60. I'm like, okay, that's not good. I'm not getting I'm not, I want it to be like 85, 85 already so I can, get past it.
Un fenómeno que se produjo casi en la mayoría de los países europeos, ¿no? El cierre de las transmisiones de onda corta. Sí, una pena porque para países, sobre todo del tercer mundo, ¿no? Es un medio de comunicación súper económico.
You got snow?
Tenía recepción en reportes de hoteles de Latinoamérica. Cuéntenos algo.
Man, I need to deoxide that thing. I'm gonna have to take it out and put it Jim's radio check. So you finally got some snow, 4 inches of snow. I think you was going to ask me where in Indiana I'm going to. Anyway, I found out where. Actually, it's Indianapolis itself. It's a suburb. It's a suburb right outside Indianapolis. So it's not far from the actual city of the Indianapolis. Because I asked my wife the other day, and so that's what she did. She bought a house there. The name of the town is Whiteland. You believe that? Whiteland, Indiana. So I looked at Google Map. It's a suburb right outside Indianapolis. So it looks like we're gonna go there, and we're gonna stay there for about 5 days or so. But we're gonna drive there. So it's like I think it's about an 11-hour drive, a 12-hour drive from here to there. So really, we're gonna go by rail, but by rail it's too long. It's too slow. Yeah, it's like we're talking about 21 hours. It was faster coming from Florida than it was. But when I took the auto train, there's no stops. Auto train doesn't make stops. From Virginia all the way to Florida, doesn't make stops. It only makes one stop, and that's for crew change. That's it. In South Carolina, it makes a stop. But the Amtrak from, well, it's not here. I would have took it to Grand Central. I mean, Penn Station, Manhattan, to Indianapolis, 21 hours. Because there's a lot of stops. It makes stops. So I was like, okay, that's too long. 21 hours? Oh, no, forget it. When you could drive there and get there in about 11 hours or 10 hours, yeah, I'd rather drive there. The only problem is I hope we don't get hit with a storm on our way there. That's the only thing. But anyway, that's where we're headed to. So when I get there, of course, I'm going to take a couple of my radios. I'm going to take this one, my RadioWow R108. Going to take my XH Data D808. Going to do some medium wave listening out there. I'm probably going to do a couple of band scans. And I'll see what I can pick up. Maybe I can pick up, maybe from there I could get, Winnipeg or something on medium wave. Winnipeg, maybe CJOB or something like that. I don't know. And maybe even a West Coast station from there. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to show you. Let me show you the battery. I'm going to bring the battery. Let me show you. Let me go get it. Yeah. Yeah, Jim. Yeah, I threw that one out. I thought I still had it, but I threw it out. It was swollen. This is the other one, the second one. It was a 2-pack of these. So I have one in here and one spare. So this is still in the wrapper. So this is what you buy. You bought this. This is what I bought. There you go. So that's the one I bought. Yeah, because I remember when it swelled up, I couldn't close the hatch. I was like, why keep popping out? So when I took it out, I saw it was swollen. And then I asked Jill's. Because I think it happened to Jill. I think it happened to Jill's first. Because I asked them. I said, well, did you have that problem? He said, yeah, I had that problem. I think, if I remember, he said that. He said, no, so I ordered from Amazon, I ordered a 2-pack. A 2-pack of these. So it's a known issue with this radio. When you buy it, the stock battery that's in here is going to fail. It's going to fail. It might fail within 3 months. 3 months after buying this radio, my battery in there swelled up and it failed. Because it couldn't hold a charge. Like you mentioned, Jim, in the video. I think you mentioned that. That was his first symptom. It couldn't hold a charge. It would I would spend hours charging it. And that's another thing Jill's mentioned that I'm going to do too. Which I think is a good idea because you're going to put wear and tear on this anyway. Buy a separate charger and use that. Instead of plugging it into the radio and charging inside the radio, the battery, just take the batteries out and put them in a separate charger. So I need to buy the charger for this. Yeah. Because I don't have one. So I need to get a charger. I guess like a cradle. You put, I think it holds 2 of them or something. I don't know. I don't know which ones. Anyway, I need to get one of those and just have them there. And then when I want to use it, just pop it in here and that's it. Because a few of my radios use this one. This one uses this battery, and this one also they all use the same battery. And there's another radio that I think for now it's just these two that uses that battery. These two, because the SH Data uses another battery. It's a different battery. I don't have the V. I don't have the. I don't have that one. The V115. I don't have that one. But this one. Let me see. But this one does no. I don't think this. This is not the V115. This is no. This one uses different one. So this one doesn't even. So out of all my radios, these are the only two that uses that battery. So, and eventually, because a lot of radios do make them with this now too, especially this type. So I'm gonna get the charger, like Jill suggested. I'm gonna get the charger for that. It makes sense to get that. All right, so let me read a little bit of time. Hey, hello, Glenn Dance. How's it going? I hope. How's your back? Keegan the Xer. 4 local stations on 89.3, 90.1, 94.9, and 98.3 off the air Tuesday night into Wednesday afternoon. And 89.3, 89, 90.1 back yesterday, and 90 back today. Okay. And why they were off? Why they were off the air? James Farley, do you still have that Rhapsody 611 radio? I have one of those. Yeah, I have it. It's right up there. Let me see. Let me see if I can get it. The Rhapsody. Okay, let me see. Let me see if I can reach it from here. If I can. But I'm knocking everything over. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to reach it. Forget it. I mean I can reach it from this side. Let me see if I can reach it. And then I'm gonna have to take this microphone, go like this. Let me move the microphone over and I can reach it from here. Yep, much easier on this side. Okay. Rhapsody. Rhapsody. Let's go, Rhapsody. The Rhapsody. Okay. Oh my God, it's dusty. Let me put it down here for a minute. Let me put the microphone back over here. All right. Let me blow on it. It has dust. Rhapsody. Right? This is the one, Rhapsody model. This is 610. You said 611. 610. Let me put it like that. I'm going to take it. This is my thumbnail for today. So this is a 610. Of course, they have other brands that make this one. There's a whole bunch of brands. I think Radio Shack. I think Radio Shack made this one. I mean, brand. I forgot. There's other brands. I don't remember all the brands. Of course, it's for medium wave. The ferrite. I'm again. I'm gonna say I'm a sucker for the handles and radios. Oh yeah, they have a cassette version, right? Yeah, of course I don't have. Yeah, I think I've seen a cassette version of that. So this is medium wave, CB, AM, CB, shortwave 1, shortwave 2, FM, TV 1, TV 2, air band, weather band, police band. Of course, that's all that VHS and it's all right there. It's all on the dial right there. Right there in the dial. All the bands are there. There you go. Multi-band. Yes, Sanjay. Everything okay, Sanjay? Okay, my son just wants to watch. Okay. So yeah. Um and I'm trying to remember how much I paid for this one. Let me see. Let me look it up. I can look it up real quick. It was on eBay though. I know I bought that on eBay. Let me see. Rap. So B. I'm just searching my own channel. I did a few reception videos on it. Okay, Rhapsody. Oh yeah, I paid $25. I forgot how much was the shipping, but it was $25, and it works. Everything works on it. It's fine. No issues with it. So you can get on it. Well, I don't know about now because this is before the pandemic. But you can get it. You can probably get it for about $40, or probably even under that on eBay. If then again, I don't know. People going crazy now on eBay for these prices. But I got mine for $25. I might have paid shipping. I don't remember. Probably another $10 shipping or something. I forgot what it was. If I remember, I have to look at the video because I talk about it in that video. It was it was the 1 year anniversary of this channel that when I made that video. It was 1 year anniversary, and then I showed them that I showed everybody that video. So it was 25. I'm looking at the description, man. It was $25. Okay. Yeah. So it's a 610. You said 611. I don't know. I gotta look up. Is there 611? I don't know. I have to look it up. I know that Jim said that it was a one cassette. I see one with cassette, and there was another one. There's another one that looks like that one. It's kind of curved looking. It's like this one is not curved. You see, and it has that fake leather on it, whatever this leather, whatever you call it. But there's one that's kind of curved, and yeah, there's a couple of variations on this one. So, but it works. It works fine. I had a couple of videos on it. I have. Let me see what video. Let me see. I did one with all shortwave. Yeah, I got 4, 5. I even did an airband video with that. I called Newark with that one, just with the whip. Newark Airport. Okay, I got Newark. Uh, Everything else is shortwave. So I got like 6 videos on that radio. Shortwave and 1 airband reception with that. I need to make more videos with that then. Only 6 videos. I thought I made more. I should do a medium wave band scan with that radio too. Yeah. Keegan DX are logged in stations in Kansas City and Dallas on 89.3, 90.1, 94.9 FM, Little Rock yesterday on 94.9, Elk City, Kansas on 94.9 this morning before the local came back on. Cool. And Jim's ready to check. I just got the new battery for the radio. One improvement. Yeah. Because that was the first symptom that I had was the charge. It didn't want to hold the charge. I would charge it, and I would have the video for only like 2 hours, a couple of hours. Okay, what's going on with this? Okay, like 2 3 hours, and and I'm like, okay, what's going on with the battery? Then I noticed that the lid didn't want to stay on. So once I took out the battery, I saw it. It was swollen. And I said, okay, that battery needs to go. It's gonna explode or something. It looks like it's gonna explode. I'm not leaving that in because I thought about because my SH data, not even SH data, this one, even this one, the same battery. When I fully charge the battery, you can have this on for days and the battery won't die. Before I need to charge the battery, I got this radio playing for days. Hours at a time for days. and it works fine. So I knew something was wrong with the battery. And when I took it out, I saw it was swollen. And that's when I said, okay, I need to order them. And I remember when I was in Jill's chat, I asked him about it. He said it. Yeah, he said, yeah. I had a problem with one. I had a problem with mine too, and I just bought. I think he was the one that told me to go to Amazon, just buy it from there. And that's what I did. I bought it from there, and they work fine. These work much better, much more improved. These are a 2-pack of these at Amazon. I believe it was like $6 or something. I forgot what it was. But Jim said they $4.50 on eBay. So $4.50 on eBay. Yeah, that's pretty good. And you get 2 of them. So now I'm covered. I have a backup for this one and a backup for the other radio in case one of those batteries ever go. I have a backup right there. That's not bad. That's pretty good. So it is an improvement. Okay. Keegan DX, I had 3 inches of snow. I had at least 3 inches of snow. Okay. Yeah, like I said, we haven't, we had a little wet snow and that was it. Yeah. So James ready to check. There were $4.50 on eBay. Excuse me. Jim's ready to check. I picked up 4 of those batteries and replaced all the ones use that battery. Cool. And hello, Glenn. And I forgot to do, you know what? I forgot to do live chat again. Top chat. Now I probably missed a couple of them. Let me go back up to Rico. I keep forgetting to do live chat. Okay, so let me just go back up here. I don't want to miss anybody and then. Okay. All right. So far, so good. So good. So good. Okay. And Jim's ready to check. I like the round 1800 milliamps better. Okay. And yours has cassette. Okay. Oh, Jim Gordon, I see. Hello, Jim Gordon. Jim Gordon from Scotland. I too have the D328 and the R108. Yeah, the R108 performs as well and as 10 times more expensive than the Sony. Yeah, but that's an older radio. So, in fairness, the SW100, that's an older radio. So, yeah, of course I did Sony. I don't expect the Sony to outperform all of these new radios now. But I still love it. I still love my old Sonys. But yeah, of course, that's a good thing. These radios now, even though I know they have the mute on tuning. Some people want to hear static when they tune. To me, it's not a to me it's not an issue because I usually tune where I want to tune. I know some people want to DX and find, I get that. But, you know, to me, it's not a deal breaker. And James Farley, the Radio Shack SW, yeah, SW100, yeah, that's the one that is the Rhapsody SW100. That's right. Jim Gordon, you encouraged me to start tagging my YouTube channel. I'm about to do this underneath your screen. I see shortwave, AM. I take these. I take not the tags. Yeah. And I don't put that on all my videos. Sometimes if it's very specific, in general, that's the one that I have a few more, but you can put as many hashtags as you want. But YouTube only going to show 3. The first 3 is going to show on the bottom of on the top of your description. But I have more than 3 hashtags. I have about 8. But those 3 are the ones because my channel is mostly AM, FM, shortwave. You know. But yeah, you can use because the hashtags to help. If they do a hashtag search, then you come up on the hashtag search. So that's a good point. I forgot to mention that. So for hashtag, yeah, try to use hashtags in your description. And they'll pop up in the top. But also, I got in searches just hashtag. Some people Hirsch. What am I? Okay, I need some water. My lips are dry too. I'm sorry. It's like dry. My wife had to put the humidifier outside because the air is so. This time of the year, the air is very dry, like bone dry, and some people get winter itch. That's me. I get dry skin, and of course, I get chapped lips. My son has chapped lips right now. Yeah. So where was I? Oh yeah, hashtag. So people search. Some people actually search with a hashtag, like hashtag shortwave. So if you have inside your description or whatever keyword or whatever, and it's hashtag shortwave, you're gonna wind up on that search. You wind up on that search. So yeah, I encourage the hashtag. So that's yeah, Jim Gordon. That's a good point. You're right on that. I forgot to mention that. But we covered a lot of stuff. But that's good that you're looking. Yeah, so that's gonna help. That's gonna help more people find you. They're gonna find your video more if you start start tagging your video. So yeah. Yeah, exactly, Jim. It's worth it just to replace the battery if you get one as soon. Yeah, if you buy the radio, just buy the replace because you're gonna need it. And Dwayne said he has to run, so take care, Dwayne. Thank you for stopping by. Take care. Jim Gordon, the R108 is prone to power problem. Many of these BL5C have poor. Yeah, they do have poor quality control. But that's why they're so cheap. I mean, I bought two of them for like $6. And this is how many years ago now? It's going on to 3 years since I own this radio. So I bought them early on. So right now, I'm even though it's $6, I'm getting my money's worth. So $3 for one, and I still have this one. That one is on that radio right now, and that radio is working fine now. Now the day that battery ever goes out, I have this one. Yeah, you can put as many as you want, but only 3 are gonna show up on your description. Like if you look at underneath you only see AM, FM, shortwave, right? But I have more. I have what's the other hashtags I have? I have to check. I have to go into I have a few more. I think it's about 7 that I have. But only the first 3 are gonna show up. The first 3. So yeah. And you're welcome. And let me go up. Let me see. Did I catch up over here? Okay, see, I'm all over the place now. Okay, so now all right, so Keegan the extra the four local FM stations were knocked off the air from power. Oh, okay, so yeah, so there was a power outage. Okay, I see. And Dwayne True said he had one of those Radio Shack rigs. Okay. Okay, and then now that's when Jim. Okay. Yeah, I'm all over the place because I forgot to put the live chat up here. Because if you put top chat, you don't get all the messages. You only get the top, the ones that YouTube thinks they're relevant to you. Which because sometimes you like I almost miss Jim's post. When I put the live stuff, I saw Jim's post. So it's not that I'm ignoring anybody. It's just that I forgot to put the live chat because I try to read everybody's message. You know, I try to read everybody's message. I don't skip anybody's message. At least I can read it till now. I mean, I got 10 people watching. It's okay. It's not like I have 100 people watching and everybody's. Then I would have to put slow mode. You can put slow mode, and you have to wait. There's a delay before you can post again. So, but okay, hold on. I have to hurt my son. I'll be right back. Yeah, well, my hearing got better. I heard my son. Yeah. So sorry, where was I? I had to go help my son with something. Okay. Let me go over here. Yeah, so they are prone. Yeah, they're prone to power. It's the battery. It's not really the radio. It's just the battery itself. And Jim Gordon says, actually, let me skip. So, James Farley, Sony, no baloney. Yeah, Sony's are great radios. I never had a Sony that was a piece of even I bought a boombox. Well, it's not really a boombox, it's a little when I say boombox. When I say boombox, people think about this, like a ghetto blaster. No. I say well, I use the term loosely. I bought it ready for $5 when I was in Niagara Falls. It was a Goodwill up there. It was a two speaker radio, portable radio. It has a CD player and a cassette. It was Sony. I bought it for $5. I have it upstairs. Solid radio. It's solid. I never owned a Sony radio that was a piece of junk. This is a Sony right here. I just put these here. Let me take it out carefully without knocking everything over. I was putting them there. Look, this is a cassette player, like a Sony Walkman. Not the Walkman, but this is here. This is metal. All of this is metal. This is all metal. This thing is heavy. These are the ones with a big record button. So these are the ones that if you watch the old, like, when they're interviewing people, the news reporters, they would just put the microphone. See, they had that microphone. So they would just hit the record button and they had the microphone. They would talk. Of course, now everybody has a phone with the microphone. But this is what you see is a cassette. Yeah, you open this. And this one, you just manually open it. Cassette. When I bought which one? It was the radio that I bought. I think it wasn't the Rhapsody, it was the other one. Somebody gave me this radio, and they gave me this guy. This is a television. This is a color television. Oh, he threw in all. He said, "Oh, you can have this. I gave you this." He threw in this, and I have another television right there, black and white Casio. But this one was interesting. This is color from Radio Shack. Pocket Vision 24. Of course, I don't have batteries in there now. I'm gonna fire it up, but of course, you're not gonna be able to watch anything because it's analog. Analog screen, analog TV. Excuse me. You're not gonna be able to see anything on this anyway, because of course everything now is digital. But this is. I was like, wow, I'm gonna put this up here because it's interesting to. Let me put it right here. I don't want. I just wanted to show that because there was there was a drawer upstairs on the second floor. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna put it right there and show them. Because I remember that was a thing back then. If you had a TV you could be outside with, people around you used to watch TV with you. They're like, wow, man, you got a TV, man. That's so cool. Even though it's a tiny little screen. You would sit out there and watch the, like we used to be out there watching the Yankee game and things like that. Of course, now it's like, you can watch everything streaming now. It was just funny. I was thinking about it. I was like, oh my God, I remember those TVs. Keegan EX on my channel is FM, shortwave, medium wave, and mostly FM. Yeah, cool. And a few TV. Glenn Dansler, I use the SDRPlay and Eton 750, but I have a little luck on longwave. Any suggestions? Well, that's all of us here. We're in United States. Yeah, it's just beacons. I know there's a few YouTubers that call transatlantic long wave broadcasts, I'm not one of them. I have not caught not one station from the other side of the pond. That hasn't happened for me yet. I'm hoping maybe if I well, I still got to bring the MFJ over here to the ground level and try that one because but yeah, I haven't had much luck, but there's other people. I know people in Florida. I know that guy Tony. He was here a couple of weeks ago. He picks up long wave, but he has a Wellbrook. I don't have a Wellbrook loop. He did it with a Wellbrook. And there's a few other YouTubers I caught, and then the other guy too had a Wellbrook. So it seems to be a pattern that the Wellbrook is a better loop than what I have. So they picked up transatlantic long wave. So I haven't had any luck with that. Or if you have space in your backyard, I don't have that type of space where you could build a CAS loop or a beverage antenna. That'd be long wire. We're talking about a couple of 100 meters long, or a CAS loop. Again, you're still gonna need some at least if you want to do I seen that guy DX Central. He built a CAS loop that was only 50 feet long. I was thinking about building something like that. But that we're talking about now, we're talking about extreme. You need to build something like. Yeah, so I don't have much luck on long wave. Now beacons, yeah, there's a few. You can pick up beacons, and of course, if you want to go further down in long wave, you got the time signal. You got WWVB at 60 kilohertz. I picked that up, and 24 kilohertz is Cutler Main. That's digital mode. It's like a digital mode. I think it's like some kind of PSK. I forgot the number. It's a digital type mode that, of course, you just hear the. I got videos on that if you want to check them out. That's probably what you could pick up if you're in a quiet environment. You could probably pick that up. You know, yeah. For long wave broadcast, yeah, I haven't had much. I never picked up anything long wave broadcast. I tried many times. I tried. I didn't. I think only a couple of times I get the carrier for BBC. I just get the carrier. I can see it on my waterfall, but I don't. I can't decipher. You can't. I can't. I don't get the audio. So maybe when I move the MFJ over here, maybe I might try it, but I haven't done that yet. But I would like to. I would love to pick up something, especially now that one by one they going off the air. You know, I know they lost a couple of medium wave stations a few days ago, last week, excuse me, and they lost a long wave station a few weeks ago. I want to be able to pick one of those up before they go off the air. So good. So yeah, let me go back up here. Let me see. I don't want to miss anybody here. So yeah, Glenn. Long duration. I guess the only thing long. Yeah, yeah. A long wave direction, non-directional beacons, pretty much, or the time signal, WWVB time signal, and anything VLF. Anything below that is just that Cutler Main I get. And if you go lower than that, it's nothing much. You're not gonna be a Pokemon. Of course, you hear crackling, you hear thunder. That's below. I think it's around 10 kilohertz. When you're going way down there, like below 24, there's a part where you're just gonna hear crackling. You could get thunder from hundreds of miles away. But of course, you're not gonna be able to know where it's from. It's just you can hear it. Because I think so. The lowest I heard is 24 kilohertz of a signal. That's the bottom of the bottom. And then below that is DC. That's the bottom of the barrel, whatever you want to call it, the bottom of the VLF. So yeah. And Jim said, "Thank you for the man, use hashtags." James Farley, there is a quick test for those type of batteries. Is the spin test. Put them on a flat surface and give them a spin. If they don't, what spin? Put them on a flat surface and give them a spin. If they don't spin, if they don't, yeah, oh yeah, I know what you're saying. Because if the yeah, so if it's like this one, this is a brand new one. If I spin, it don't spin because it's flat. It's perfect. He's trying to say that if you see a little bulge, right, a bulge, then it's no good. Yeah, but you can feel it. But yeah, the spin test will be because it is hard to feel, even though it looks flat. So you're right. The spin test, I get it now. So if you put this battery on a table and you give it a spin test and it spins, that means it's bulge. That means it's swelling up or it's swelled up. It's swelling up already. Yeah, that's a good tip. At first I was like, spin. Oh yeah, the bulge. Very good. That's very clever. Keegan Diaz, I have two Sony Watchman TVs, a Sony FD 30A from April 1984 and a Sony FD 10A from May 1987 since August 2014. Cool. Thanks, Glenn. No, you're welcome. I mean, I thought I had no. Yeah, you could try the CAS. You can look that up. I don't know how much space you have in um your location. I don't know. Well, I saw people when people get those long meter wave catches, like this is the other guy, Michigan. He gets transatlantic catches from Michigan. He's in the middle of the country, in Michigan, and he makes it all the way out there. But he has like double CAS loop, which is a couple of 100 feet long. Like I don't have space for that here. My yard, the longest wire I can put is about right under 100 feet. That's it, and that will take up the whole yard. You see the NFED video from the top, the whole yard. It went all the way to the other side of the yard. So there's no way I can do a double CAS loop or anything like that. I just don't have the space. Now, if I have acres, even if I had 1 acre of land, if I had at least 1 acre of land, then I could do something like that. But I don't have that. So, because number one, those are very directional. That's the other thing. The longer the wire, the longer the in theory, I'm not an expert, people. I know when it comes to like those type of antennas, those are very directional. They're very long wire, and they terminated on one side with let's see, where is it at? So they're like V triangle type shape and well, not like more like a delta, but like a squish delta. A delta is like this, right? Like a delta is a triangle. A CAS is usually squish triangle. Okay. Again, a delta is probably more like a perfect triangle, right? 3 equal sides. A CAS is not like that. A CAS is more like the bottom is going to be a lot longer than the top. So it's going to be like this, not like this. I know I know I look kind of funny doing this. No, they're not 3 equal sides. It's going to be more like a squish triangle. That's a CAS loop. And then on either side of the loop, if you wanted to face, for example, east, then you got to terminate it on the back end. Use one of these. A resistor, like this guy. This is a 1,000 ohm resistor. You got to terminate one side because that's going to null out. Otherwise, you're going to get signal from both sides. This usually nulls out. Well, not it kind of nulls. It kind of and you're gonna get signal from this side only, and this is gonna get attenuated. That the yeah, that's what a Cas loop is. Okay, and vice versa. If you want to get signal from, say, in my case, it's north south where I'm at right now. I'm sitting. So if say I want to get signals from the south, I got to terminate this end. I hope I'm saying that right. Somebody, if I'm wrong, please correct me. So you got to terminate this end, and then your loop is going to be more sensitive to south. It's very directional, but they're very long. Long runs of wire. So this is part of the CAS loop. You need terminate resist with a resistor. And there's some videos on it. I know DX Central. DX Central has a video on you go to DX Central. He has a video on how he constructed. He did a rectangular one. That one's called a flag or pennant antenna. It's a loop, but it's kind of a pennant. Is like a pennant. Like those team pennants. A pennant is like this. A pennant. You know what's a pennant, right? A pennant flag. They have that design, or a rectangle design, a rectangle. So there's several ways. Yeah, there is no long wave station in the United States, Jim. You're right on that. So those are usually people that get those long catches, like medium wave catches, like that guy in like Tony guy catches from South America. There's another guy, he's from Argentina. Jose Antonio Kutcher, that's his name, Kutcher. He has a channel. He has a lot of DX catches too. He lives in South America. He lives in Argentina. He gets catches all the way up here. He gets USA catches. He gets catches in Caribbean catches, and he lives in South America. In Argentina, he gets catches all the way up here. He's getting catches in California, but again, he has one of those. He has a beverage, I think, a beverage antenna, which is very long. Yeah. I haven't heard it, Jim, but let me get to that. I'm gonna finish reading. So yeah, let me go down here. So yeah, it's not a bad. It's just, you got to try different things, and I would like to. I would love to build a CAS. Keegan, yes, and an RCA LCD color TV from 2000. I guess 2020. I guess since 2022. Okay. Jim Gordon, my favorite radio is a Sony ICF 2001D. That's a nice radio. It's the European version of the ICF 2010. My one lacks air. Next favorite is the Panasonic RF 2200. Yeah, that's a great radio too. Followed by the SH Data D808. Cool. Yeah. And thank you, Glenn. Jim Gordon, concerning long wave, one of my favorite stations over here is RTE on 252 kilohertz in Ireland. It runs 150 kilowatts by day and 75 at night. It really suffers from cold channel interference from Algeria at night. Okay. Yeah, it's another thing. And they're powerful stations. I know that. Yeah, even medium wave, because I know you brought Jim Gordon. Do any of you ever heard the Hungarian station on 540 kilohertz, which is rated at 2,000 kilowatts? It would be interesting to see if you can monitor. Yeah. Well, I don't get at 540. I get a whole bunch of stuff. I have a local 540, which is out of Long Island, and at night 540 is a mess for the most part. Usually 540 is a mess for me. It's a pileup, so it's hard for me to get anything on 540. And now again, that's why I think I even if I build a mini CAS But there's another antenna that somebody built, the people building. What's the name of it? It's the what's that loop antenna that it's a directional loop. I just forgot the name of it. Oh my god. Let me check real quick. I'm gonna check the guy's site. The he's a Japanese guy. Japanese shortwave listener guy. He's on his channel. Just give me a second. I'll look it up. Let me go to his videos. And let me go down to his video. Okay, that's YouTube. Okay, not YouTube. Oh, the Sula. It's called the Sula. Small unidirectional loop antenna. I'm gonna type it in there so you can search for that too. That is a directional loop. It's a loop antenna, but you gotta terminate it where again. It's a loop antenna, but you gotta put a resistor to terminate one. So instead of you know how traditional loops are omnidirectional, right? They come from both sides. But that loop is directional. It's a loop, but you got on one side is terminated. So only you get more on this side. Of course, this side is more nullified, it's terminated. It's, because of the resistor. So that's another thing. If you don't have that's a solution for that too. If you don't have space for that's what I wanted to build too. If you don't have space for a CAS, you can build a unidirectional loop. And this acronym is SULA, and it stands for small unidirectional. I'm trying to type it right over this keyboard. Okay, so loop antenna. So you can search for that. You can search for that on YouTube. He has on his channel, but I know SWING, the blog, they have an article on that too. So you can look at that. That's another way of maybe you can get a station across the pond with a big enough loop or a strong loop that I wanted to build something like that. I'm looking into building. That's one of my projects I want to build. I'm gonna probably put it off for the spring. I would like to do a Sula. I have the framework. I have PVC pipe. So I may do that first and use this as my resistor. I'm gonna make mine like a diamond. And then on the other side of the Sula, I'm gonna put the box. I'm probably gonna use the MLA 30. Maybe the MLA 30. Or I have another one. Actually, I have this one too. Oh, it's over there. Never mind. It's for the original, it's with the loop that came with this. But you could use the MLA 30. You could try it with that. But you're gonna need to terminate it. And you could try that. So that is another way. It's called a unidirectional antenna. So it's a loop, but it's one direction. You're nullifying this. So the RF 2200 followed by the SH there. Those are great radios. Yeah, the 2200 is a really nice radio. I would love to have that radio. That's a very they're going for a lot more money now. Yeah. So 5:40 a.m. Forget it. Not over here. James Farley, the Lulu Loop. I don't know what. Let me have to. I don't know what that is. I never heard of that Lulu Loop. Let me search it. The Lulu Loop. I'm gonna search it. Not Lululemon. The Lulu Loop. Okay, right now I'm getting Lulu Loop. Lulu Loop. Oh, what is the Lulu Loop? I don't know. Let's see. Okay, the search is not a good search for this thing right now. I have to look into that Lulu Loop. Yeah, I don't see anything about Lulu Loop on Google. I just get a bunch of non-related stuff. But the Sula is, unless you're talking about the Sula, but that's what it's called, Sula. Yeah, the Sula. But he made a couple of, he made one without the amplifier. Then he put a preamp on it. And he's done a few videos on it. It looks interesting though. So 1 hour and 18 minutes gone by in the books. 7 people watching, 7 people, 7 likes. Thank you for watching. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but the good thing about it is keep trying, experiment, I mean, like I when I came back into the hobby, I never thought I was gonna get I shouldn't say I never thought, but at that time with a modest setup before I bought, because I when I called Cuba up here the first time, it was just with this loop, the Texan AN200 and the PL360. That was it. I was in the boiler room and I heard, you know, and then I also caught it with this again with a Texan 300, Texan AN200, and this. And I was picking up Cuba. I was like, wow, So testing, is the chat working? I see you. I'm not getting any notice that I'm getting kicked off. Testing. Okay, testing. Where are you testing? Why are you testing? Test. I don't understand. Test. I don't know what's going on now. I don't know what you guys are talking about now. Yeah, so why everybody's typing testing? What's going on? Okay, so why everybody's typing testing for? I don't know. Now, I didn't put no slow-mo, nothing. I don't need to do that yet, but like, you're ready to testing. Test. When I get an internet hiccup, I know right away. I get the warning, and then I know that's it. So right now, nothing. So I was like, why is it people talking about the chat? Well, Jim wrote the chant. The chant don't appear to be working. I don't know about the chant, but the chat is working fine. Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know. There's some stuff going on with YouTube lately too. Many times I try to connect to connect to my other channel, and it says the channel is not available. And I'm like, okay. And then you have to wait and refresh it, and then it comes on. So I don't know what's going on. I have no idea what's going on. Well, there's job cuts, right, on all these tech companies. So, like, somebody made a joke about it on Twitter that Elon fired half of the staff of Twitter, and it's still running better than ever. So what were the other half was doing the whole time? So Twitter's running with less people now, and it's running better than ever. So what that says about the people that were working there, So I think that's what's happening with Google, with YouTube. Maybe they got rid of a whole bunch of people, and of course, in our case, it's probably not. But it's working fine. I mean, I don't have no issue with the chat. It's working fine. Yeah. Everybody's like, test. Oh my God. Yeah, I know. I haven't got that message in a while. I know what you're saying. Not available right now. Wow. Oh, I turned it on. Oh, I left it on. Wow.
But also because it's known as in the midst of a severe economic crisis. Artificial fertilizer has become so expensive that it is simply no longer affordable for many farmers. But raising the price of the potato.
Oh, I know what I wanted to ask. I forgot. I remember. Anybody can answer this question for me. I noticed that on the replay, but during the live stream, when I show you, like, you remember the other day, Foghorn Leghorn? I showed the video, and of course, on the live stream, can you hear the audio when I show a video when it's playing? Because I think during the live stream you can hear the audio, but on the replay, I noticed they mute the audio. If I'm showing a video on YouTube, if I'm showing a video from YouTube and it's playing music, or like in that case, Foghorn Leghorn, during the live stream, I guess you guys can hear it. But on the replay, they mute it. Because when I'm watching my replay, and I'm like, why can't I hear all the stuff I'm showing them? So I noticed that on the replay, you cannot hear it no more. They mute it. And let me see if I can. I'm just gonna show you an example real quick. I don't want to get hit with a copyright, so I'm gonna put Foghorn Leghorn, and I want to see if you guys can hear the video. I'm gonna put a video. Let me put a video of something else talking. Let me see. I don't want to put something that's gonna get me a copyright notice. Let me put I know what I'll do. I'll put one of my videos, one of my from the retro gaming channel. Okay, I'll do that. Let me go to my channel. Let me go to channels. Danny Retro Gaming. Oh, you're about to hit 300. Okay. Let me pick I just want to see if you guys can hear the audio coming out of this video. Because I did not know this. Because if that's the case, I'm not gonna be showing those videos with audio anymore because it doesn't make sense. They're not gonna be on the replay. I'm gonna pick, let me see what video. I want to pick something that doesn't have music. That's not gonna. Anyway, I'll pick this one, the soccer one. I'll pick the soccer one. Let the ads go by. I don't want to. Yeah. Because I noticed that on the replay, like once I'm done with the live stream, that audio is gonna get muted. Oh my god! Are you kidding me? Fucking, yeah. Now back. Okay. Yeah, I did get a hiccup. I got a hiccup because of the stupid video. I'm playing the video. All of a sudden, I got the circle. I went to watch the video. I got a circle, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" And then I saw the warning over here. Now it's working again. Okay, good. Okay, at least I'm back up. Okay. But do you hear the audio on this one? You know it's not loud. I mean, I can put it loud. Anyway, so on the replay, they're gonna mute that. They're gonna mute that audio. So I didn't know that YouTube mutes the audio from videos that I'm playing. I don't know if it's a copyright thing or whatever, even if it's anything. So I didn't know that. So anyway, now let me stop that. Because I noticed that in a few of my replays. Okay, enough of this video. Okay, we're done. All right. So I noticed that. Like, the Trollo. Remember Foghorn Leghorn? He was laughing all that. So you guys heard it in the live stream. But on the replay, it gets muted. And I didn't know that. I didn't know that YouTube is doing that. So they do that to every video that I'm showing. They mute it. I mean, it makes sense. They're trying to protect the. I guess they don't. If they have a copyright, they don't want to. I get it. Hey, hello, my Radio DX. How's it going? Okay. Anyway, let's move on. But yeah, so I wanted to I forgot about. I was gonna ask that a couple of times, and I totally forgot about it because I noticed it. Now YouTube is doing that. They're muting anything that I play that's coming out of YouTube. They mute it in the replay because it looks like I'm talking to myself and I'm laughing at myself, and you don't hear no more audio. But YouTube is muting the audio. So in case anybody's wondering about that why is he laughing and we don't hear the audio? Now, if I play this audio, you can hear this. This you can hear on the replay.
In recent years, even the people of billionaires without work.
So this you can hear live and on the replay. The audio for this, because it's just, but any audio coming out of YouTube, they mute it on the replay. So that's what I was trying to say. So yeah.
Turns out I'm not very good at it. But Fatima is certain anyone can learn the craft of tying a net, just like she had to. She didn't become a fisher out of choice, but
yeah, so that really sucks. And I can't show a video of something without the audio in there. I mean, with the audio, and then on the replay, they mute it. Another thing that annoys me about YouTube now. Because those, I was showing, like we were laughing about Foghorn Leghorn the other day. And on the replay, you can't hear it. And I was like, anyway. All right, so let me read up here. Okay. Yeah, I know Amazon's doing that too, Jim. They're laying people off. Yeah, of course, now that the pandemic. Yeah, because everybody's expendable now. Now the pandemic is over, they don't need. Yeah, exactly. That's loyalty for you. That's why I said last week, I don't want to. To be honest, I'm at the point in my life I don't want to work for anybody anymore. I don't. I'm just trying to get myself. I'm just trying to get to 62, and I just want to collect Social Security, and anything else that I have stashed away, and of course, right now we're renting. Right now, forget we're homeowners. We have one room rented. We could rent out 2 more rooms, but I don't want to rent them right now. Not at this state. Just because of what happened with the pandemic, people were living rent free for a couple of years, or at least a year or two, because of the pandemic. Because people were saying, "Oh, I don't have to pay rent because the government's going to bail me out." Blah 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 blah. The relief money, whatever. Because I know a whole family across the street, they did that to the owner. They stopped paying him rent. He evicted them eventually, but it was over like 6 months after all the like finally when all the moratoriums got expired, and even New York State extended the moratorium. This state extended the moratorium for another few months. Finally, after all that ran out, he finally took them to court, and he got them evicted. And they owed him like about a year. They owed him, I don't know how many thousands of dollars. I forgot how many thousands. It was a lot, and he had to suck it up. And now that's why I wonder not renting the other 2 rooms out. Otherwise, we would have had more cash flow coming in. I don't want to rent it out right now. I'm right now. My brother's living up there. He's paying rent, but I don't want total strangers coming here and they renting the other 2 rooms out. And then, first of all, I had a couple of nut jobs up there. When you're dealing with tenants, you don't know. You can do all the background checks in the world, but until they live there, you see them day to day. Sometimes that's when the real person comes out. And unfortunately, that's what happened with us upstairs. When I had those rooms rented, the other one was a freaking slob. The other one was a troublemaker. He was picking fights with the other guy. And then I did a thorough background. I found out that the guy was a pedophile. Oh my God. He was a creep. And that's why, I could rent out those other 2 rooms, but I don't want to deal with that no more. I could imagine a lot of homeowners are feeling the same thing. They don't want to rent it out anymore to anybody. Because if we ever have another type of situation, they're going to be stuck with them for couple of years, living rent free. So, and like I said, it won't work for anybody right now. I'm gonna have to, but at least for a couple of years. But as I get closer to 62, that's it. And like Jim said, you get your Social Security at 62, you can still work part time as long as you don't go over a certain amount of money. You're fine. I think it's 21,000 or something he mentioned last time. That's me. I don't want to no more. I'm not getting too old. It's just I don't want to deal with the bullshit. Sorry, I'm gonna say it. Boop, BG out the window. It's just a lot of crazy people out there now. Yeah, I won't deal with that. Yeah. So that's what happened. Yeah, Amazon. Yep, of course. That's loyalty. They don't need people now, so they're gonna start. They're laying people off now. I applied for Amazon too, by the way. I did. They never called me, so I already know they don't need me. They don't need people like me. Mhm. I applied twice already. No, I think yeah, 2 times. At least twice already. I applied. Not even a call. Not even a courtesy email. Nothing. Zero. Nothing. James Foley, is there a way to run a dongle on an Amazon Fire tablet? I think Jill's did that. I think you can. Because it's you see um it is Android, but I think it's like a locked version of Android. I never tried it because I have an Amazon tablet, but I don't want to. I don't really care about running an SDR on my tablet. It never appealed to me. I have a couple of tablets. I never thought about running SDR on my tablet. Because I for me my SDR is here. Or if I go traveling, I take my laptop. So it never appealed to me to run it on a tablet. Excuse me. But I think because he has an Amazon tablet, Jill's. So I don't know if he probably has run it there, but I'm not sure. So I can't answer that question for you because I don't know if I'm sure you can, but in terms of dongle, um, which dongle you want to run though? Do you talk about RTL SDR? You talking about this one? Because SDRPlay, you're not gonna run it from there. I know SDRPlay, you're not gonna run it on that because first of all, that's Android. They don't even support that. But if you're talking about this one, um, I think you can, but you will have to do a couple of things. Because I know they have SDR. What is it called? Not SDR Sharp. What's the SDR Touch? SDR Touch. Right? SDR Touch. So I think you can run SDR Touch, James. Yeah. Oh, I have the new electric ones. Noelec. You talking about Noelec? You have like the black one, the NESDR, but then say Noelec is basically RTL. Okay, I got it backwards. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so Noelec is basically RTL, the same chip, Noelec. I know you're talking about Noelec. So yeah, it's this. They're the same. Noelec, yeah. So yeah, so you can SDR Touch. Um, I can look it up real quick. Let me see if SDR Touch can you run it on a tablet. So that's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need SDR Touch. Oh, you have it with the up converter. Okay, so yeah, so it's basically this. So no leg is basically this. Is this? I don't want to take it out. Let me take it out. I'll take it out. I'll take it out, Jen. Give me a minute. Let me get this out the way. I don't want to knock this over. Is that that's what the show is all about, to show you guys too. So you have this and something like this one. But if okay. I hit my head on the thing. So this is the up converter. And you have something like this, but you probably have the black. It's probably all black or something. I don't know. I know. But they sell it all together. They have the NESDR. They have another one. They have a smaller one. They have a whole bunch of them. So yeah. So this is RTL. So this is RTL chipset. So all of this is RTL chipset. Even if it's no like it's RTL. So yeah. So then you're gonna need SDR Touch. That's the software. Now the question is, can SDR Touch run on? They do run on. They do have Android, but let me see. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check that for you right now. SDR Touch. So it's called SDR Touch. SDR Touch. APK. Okay, so they do have it for Android. Yeah, so it's SDR Touch. Let me see. So I'm gonna put the link. I'm gonna give you the link right now for SDR Touch. Now for it runs on Android. But since you have Amazon Fire Tablet, that's a little more because Amazon. I think what you have to do on Amazon, you have to tell Amazon to trust from unknown sources, and that's it. And you should be able to run it. So this is the URL for Amazon Touch. I mean, SDR Amazon Touch, SDR Touch. Excuse me, sorry. So SDR Touch, you got the download. You got FAQ right here. You got the download links right here. Oh yeah, it is Amazon because they got the Amazon store right there. Look, I show you. So you can use it for Amazon. If they have the store there, that means you can use it. So there you go. So you're good to go. So yeah, so James, you're gonna go. Amazon store has it. So it's SDR Touch, and that should work with your tablet. Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that was available for Amazon. I thought you had to go to Google Play and you might have to tell unknown sources, but Amazon supports it directly now. Oh, that's cool. Well, anyway, in all the directions should be there. You talking about that's in Windows. You talking about Zadig in Windows Zadig, but I think in the because I never tried, I never used it. Yeah, you might have to put a driver, but I think it has all the drivers in. Anyway, but at least you can do it. The main thing is you can do it. Let me see. And you got an FAQ. Can I do the? Oh, okay. If you can't access the latest version, so the driver, you're probably gonna have to go to GitHub. I think GitHub for the driver. Of course, this link is dead right now, but yeah. So somebody wrote. Let me see. No, but he put that's Galaxy. That's different. Yeah, Google Play Store has the driver. Okay. Yeah, so you're gonna need the driver too. Yeah, I'm reading it now about the driver. But okay, so you can use it then. That's good. All right. Married to the extra Amazon workers on strike here in the UK for the first time. I think I heard that too on BBC. I think I heard on BBC about that. And hello, Paul. Paul AA1SU. Excuse me. Checking in from Vermont. For about 25 minutes. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm not gonna do a long show today. I'm gonna be probably another hour, maybe not even. I don't know. I'm not gonna do a super duper long show today because I got stuff to do today. I have a lot of things to do today. But then I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do about switching it up a little bit. James Vandercheck, we had a tornado destroyed Amazon warehouse and killed some people. And Jeff Bezos went up in space, and yeah, I heard about. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I know. Right, with his stupid cowboy hat, with his stupid 10-gallon hat, whatever he had on. He looked like first of all, he looks weird. He had buggy eye. I don't know. His eyes are like, yeah. Okay. Take care, my Ready DXer, and thank you for stopping by. It's bedtime soon. Yeah, I know. It's late over there. It's later. So it's like midnight now, right? 11 o'clock. Yeah, I remember that when he went, and of course that rocket. Here you go with the rocket. I know everybody gonna say, you know how that rocket looks like, right? You remember Austin Powers? Remember Austin Powers? Remember that? You remember Austin Powers and say, "Hey, it looks like a big. It looks like a big." Because that rocket looks like a big. I mean, whoever designed that rocket, I'm telling you, whoever designed that rocket, they know what they were doing. Yeah, you gotta see. Oh my God, you never see Austin Powers? Anyway, they had a rocket, but of course they had a couple of. They had a couple of, So they saw the radar. They were like, I guess the track in it. It looked like a big. And then they cut it, and then somebody called the guy Dick. So that rocket is like that. It's just it looked like a. Okay, I'm sorry. It's PG's going. It's like a dildo. Okay, I just said it. I call it a dildo because I don't want to say the other. If you look at the rocket, the Bezos rocket, it look like a big freaking dick. Okay, there you go. I'm sorry. I couldn't stop saying it. You see, look at it, like a big freaking dick. I can't stop thinking about it. Look at it, like, my God, who designed that rocket? I'm serious. Who designed that rocket? We've been flying rockets for how many years? And they had to come up with that rocket. Nobody could think about it. Nobody could think about it that rocket looked like a big dick. I'm sorry, people. But that's what I saw. That's what I saw when I look at the rocket. When that rocket took off, I said, I was in a chat room. It was on YouTube. I was watching it in YouTube live. And I'm like, that rocket looked like a big dick. Look at the size of that head. I'm sorry. It's the truth. You cannot deny it. It looked like a big freaking thing. dick. Yeah, it was. I know it was awesome because Dr. Evil had a rocket like that. There was a rocket that it looked like a big freaking dick, okay? And it had 2 nuts. So the radar guy's going, I see a big, and then they cut it, because they didn't want to say the word. So they cut it, and then the guy's calling the other guy dick, like Richard, like short for Richard. So that rocket, it looked like a big freaking dildo. We just laughing because we say, whoever built that rocket didn't know what they were doing. It was for attention. They were gonna. And then and if you remember the launch, okay, now I'm teetering here, people. I'm sorry, I'm gonna teeter here a little bit. If this show gets banned, it's gonna get banned. But somebody was joking about that in there, and I was laughing along with them because there was a commentator. There was a commentator, right? Here you go. Here you go. I don't know if I should say it. I'm gonna leave it to the imagination because I don't think I want to say that what happened. But anyway, it was a male announcer and a female announcer, and the female announcer is getting excited. He's like, "Oh my God, the rocket is going up in space!" So somebody posted that, I guess he got so excited about the rocket because if you watch the launch, if you could watch the replay on YouTube somewhere, listen to the female voice reaction. She's over the top, like okay, you're too excited. Hey, it's going up. It's going up. Like I thought she was quivering or something. There you go. I said part of it. She's quivering. Okay, so you know what that means. It's gonna. We're getting to that realm now that this is gonna get banned. In half of the countries, this video is gonna get banned now. This is gonna wind up in a private after this showing because it's gonna get banned. This is all gonna be in the archive one day, and then I'm gonna put the best stuff. But yeah, it looked like a big freaking dick. There you go. I'm sorry. It's almost 2 hours in, and the PG just went at the window. There you go. No, you got to watch Austin Powers because it's funny as hell. The rocket, and that's what happened when you see that stupid Bezos rocket go up. That's the first thing I thought about. Oh my God, it's a big phallic. It's a big member. Johnson. Yeah, that's another one. Johnson. That's slang for it. Yeah, Johnson. The stupid rocket, and of course, yeah. And I remember they were talking. That was a criticism afterwards. Now I get back into serious matters. Yeah, there was a tornado and they destroyed that warehouse, and people got killed there. He never even. I think he didn't even visit the site. He was too busy playing with his freaking rocket, playing astronaut with his stupid 10-gallon hat. Yeah, it's like like play, like toys. They like toys for that. They had toys, billionaire toys. But when I saw that rocket, I was like, "Are you kidding me?" That's because I wasn't following that rocket. I never saw like the pre. I almost said pre. That didn't come out right. Pre. Pre. When I meant the pre-launch, not pre. You know what? Pre-launch. So I never saw the actual rocket. I thought because I used to see the Elon one. That's the one we seen a lot. The Elon one and all that we get, and the Virgin Atlantic, that glider type thing, the glider, right? You know the what's the name of that? What's the name of the Virgin Atlantic one? I forgot the name of that one. It's the one with the wings and the glider one. But I didn't know that Amazon. I didn't know that Bezos was doing a rocket too. So the first time I saw the rocket was when the live one. I saw news clips. I said, "Are you kidding me? This looks like a big." And I said, "This is." And then he comes out with that stupid hat. Notice it. Go up to him and smack the hat off his head. Like, yo, why don't you go freaking go visit those poor families that are, you know, suffering and whatever. Yeah, Jim. I remember that because they were talking. Once he and the thing is, okay, like what are you gonna go there for like 2 seconds? Like but they spent all this millions of dollars, not billion. I don't know how much money he spent for that whole rocket, just to go up there to get a little joyride. A joyride. It's like a joyride. That's all it is. It's a super duper expensive roller coaster ride. A joyride. That's all it is. He's gonna go up there for a joyride. At least Elon's trying to go to Mars. Elon's trying to go to Mars. This guy, he just wants to do it for a joyride. That's all it is. Is to go up there. Oh, look, we're at the edge of space. Oh, okay, let's go back down. That's why he got criticized. Because he's not really doing it for. He's just doing it for his own. Get his own jollies. Jesus Christ. Yeah, of course he don't care. He don't care. They care. They're making him billions of dollars. He's like I don't know if he's the richest right now. I forgot who's the richest right now. It was Elon, then it's him, then somebody else. I forgot who it was. So yeah, anyway. Yeah, I know Jim's ready to check. Let me see. Oh yeah. Okay, so Jim's ready to check. It will run on Android. I don't like that's why I didn't never appeal to me. That's your touch because I use it on my tablet and I don't. Some people don't want to use. I mean, on my laptop. I use regular one. I have Windows laptop. It didn't appeal to me, but yeah, I know James. I think even Whitney Shatner. Everybody. How can you not notice it? You look like a big freaking dildo. Dick. Okay, there you go, people. Dick. Stupid. I mean, who designed that rocket? They did it on purpose. I'm gonna make this rocket. You're gonna talk about it, yeah. But then the funny part was that I'm telling you, when you listen to the female voice, she's like, we'll listen to her. I'm like, okay, she's really too excited about this rocket. She's really excited. You gotta hear though. I can play the replay. I'm not gonna play here because it's gonna get muted anyway. But she's like over the top with it. Okay, he's just a fucking. I almost said it. He's a freaking rich guy just going up in a rocket for 2 seconds and coming back down. What's the big deal? It's just a billionaire toy. A billionaire toy rocket going up that happens to look like a big dick to go peep out the edge of space for like 2 seconds and come back down. That's it. That's all it was. Have a couple of celebrities. Seriously. Yeah, so Jim, yeah, that's the reason why I wasn't crazy about it. I see this. It's been around for a while there. I seen the way it looks. It's like, okay. it's a simplified version of SDR Touch, and you just SDR, excuse me, SDR Sharp is a simplified version of SDR Sharp. But it just never appealed to me to use that on my phone. Because you can also, I can also use it on my phone too. The only requirement, of course, all new phones have the what they call that, OTG. USB has to be OTG. So I don't know. I'm sure your tablet is newer, but if you have an older one that doesn't have OTG, then you can't use that. Because that's what happened. That's why I think originally I was gonna try that on my old phone, not this phone. This one has OTG. The phone that I had before didn't have OTG. OTG is you just plug it in. You can plug in a device and it'll recognize it and you can use it. That's what OTG is. It is USB other than charging. You can also put devices in there. That's what OTG means. On the go. I think that's what it stands for. So all new phones now, all new tablets are all pretty much OTG, on the go. So you plug in a device. In your case, it's gonna be the dongle. It should work. Yeah. All right. Take care, Paul. And thank you for stopping by. Have a good night. And have a good weekend. Yeah. Yeah, Keegan, you heard of Austin Powers? Yeah, it was an awesome. It's funny. It's a rocket, and that movie came out way before. That movie came out way before this rocket went up, and the guy couldn't see that. That they're gonna look at it and they're gonna say somebody's gonna be in a radar. They're gonna see a big. Hey, I see a big. They're gonna look at. Let me look it up real quick. Let me see. Dr. Evil. Yeah, right here. You're gonna be able to hear it, but on the replay, it's gonna be muted. Here we go. This is the scene that they track in the. So that's the scene. So you see, they cut it out like one person's about to say this word, and then they cut in and they say Johnson Wang. I forgot it was the whole scene like that. Wang. So of course the replay, you're not gonna be able to hear the audio on this video, but that's the scene right there. There you go. You see the radar? You see the radar shot? So of course after the stream, I'm gonna put this one. I don't know. I don't. I'm not gonna do it. You know what? Let YouTube decide what they want to do with it. There you go. See, I'm getting blocked. Your stream may be temporarily blocked. You see, I just got the notice right now. YouTube, heads up, we detected a copyright audio and video on your stream. Your stream may be temporarily blocked. I just got blocked. I'm gone. right? Can you guys still watch me? Oh, I'm gone. Oh my God. Tell me I'm gone. I'm gone, right? Oh, you're still here. I just got the notice. I'm gonna show you. Look. Just like that, I got hit with a copyright. So, so they're probably gonna block the video. So they're gonna block the video for some countries. That's what they're gonna do now. Well, you know what? Hey, I just entertain you guys. There you go. I just put my neck on the line for you guys. I knew I had a feeling the minute I put that scene with the radar and the dingaling was gonna happen. Yeah, I'm telling you, they can't take it. This is what I'm telling you, man. Wow. Yeah, you just saw it. You just saw the warning. Well, not a warning. They already said that this one's gonna be temporary block. So that means probably the replay. They might mute out that whole scene. Either mute it out, or they're gonna block it out. I don't know what they're gonna do, or it's just gonna be banned in some countries or whatever. I don't know. Seriously. Hey, I try to push the limit. Trying to push the limit like space. Oh my God, YouTube. Come on, man. Odyssey, I think, is calling my name now. But hey. No, as soon as I finished the video, when I put the camera right here, I got the boom, the message came up. I thought they killed my. I thought they halted the stream. That's what I thought. I thought they halted the stream right there. I thought I lost all you guys. That's what I thought happened. And then you guys said you can still see me. I'm like, okay. So that means they're probably gonna block the replay on some countries. Or something's gonna happen. Anyway, enjoy it because I might delete this video. If I'm gonna get hit with a copyright, I'm gonna delete the video. That's it. I'll delete it. I'll just delete the video. Or I'll put it on private for now and whatever. And then you know what? I'll fight it. I'll fight it. For educational purposes only. Yeah, I can mute it. I can mute it. That's what I do too. I mute it. No, I done that, Jim. I tried that. I tried that. They take you out. Boom. I done that. I tried to put baseball. I did that on my Danny's show. I tried to put a baseball game on live, your World Series game. I was putting it, and I'm just sitting back and talking about it, and it took down my stream. They didn't do that. They took down my stream completely. My stream was gone. So yeah. Yep. I need more than 11 votes now. I put my ass on the line on that one. Oh my God. Yeah, I know. Paul. You think that's funny? In the 1970s, there was I'm not gonna say the rated movie because I don't want to get hit with that too. Yeah, I know. Flash Gordon modeled after Flash Gordon. I know. Yeah, whatever. And you get to the point where because that's another thing. I have to, you know, YouTube doesn't get bothered. Believe it, I'm gonna tell you something. Believe it or not, the cursing doesn't bother YouTube. It doesn't bother YouTube. What bothers YouTube is if you talk about particular topics. Certain topics will get you in trouble. Not cursing. Like throwing the F-bomb, that doesn't get you in trouble. It's not the cursing, it's the topic. Certain topics will get you shadow banned. That's why I think the searches now are getting less and less for me, because I think my content, some of it is, man, I'm gonna have to come out here. I'm gonna have to come out here and just talk about radio, and that's it, and be boring, and like that's it, just be boring, and that's it. Come out for 1 hour and leave. That's it. It's ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I was just showing the 1C that's available on their channel. I mean, on their website. On the website I'm using. How can I be a cop? Anyway. Yeah. SST on 14.320. Let me check. Okay, 14.320. Yeah, I'm gonna try episode. It sounds like it. All right. It sounds like it. All right. Anyway, let's see. So I'm still here. I thought I got kicked out. I thought my stream got ended. That's what I thought. Wow. The No Fun Network. We can even laugh at Austin Powers. That's an Austin Powers movie. That's not even an explicit type thing. They're just making fun of the rocket. You can't even make fun of a rocket in this place. It started with Bezos. Then I mentioned the rocket. Then I went on about the rocket. Then I showed Austin Powers' version of the rocket, and I almost got kicked out of the stream. You have to laugh, because otherwise I will be pulling my hair. And in real life, this is who I am. I am this way in real life. And I'm telling you, it's coming from a kid. When I was a little kid, I was very shy. But you know what happened to me? I grew up in the Bronx. And as I'm growing up, I had to overcome that shyness, because otherwise I was going to get beat up. People pick on him, people bully and all that. So I had okay, I'm going to tell you a story. It's not the proudest story, but I heard, this is what I heard this. I heard it before. I've been arrested a couple of times. I'm not going to lie to you. I've been arrested. I never went to prison. Okay, I never got convicted of anything. I don't have no felony, nothing, but I got arrested a couple of times. I spent a couple of nights. I spent one night in jail here. One time I spent 4 days in jail because I couldn't make bail. And I remember this. I forgot who said it. It was a comedian that said only 2 types of people survive in jail. You got to be funny, or you better kick people's ass. Me, I'm not a big guy. I'm a big guy now with the weight. Back then, I was not a big guy. But I could tell a story. I learned how to tell stories. And that's how I got by. So when people thought they were going to pick on me, and, we were talking, I would tell stories. They were like, well, you're a funny guy. You know, like you just said, my personality is outgoing. That became out of necessity. My introverted person, me, likes to keep to myself. But to survive, I had to, overcome that shyness, because otherwise you get picked on. People try to bully you. Of course, in my case, when I was sitting in jail waiting for to see my judge, waiting for my case to be heard. I saw people getting robbed. I said, oh, it's not gonna happen with me. No. So of course I was ready to fight, but at the same time, I was, I don't want to say what's the word. There's a word for that. Quick with the I don't forget what's that. It's a like witty. I don't know what's the word. There's a word for that. And I'm gonna say I developed that over the years. I could talk to anybody. I could talk to anybody in all walks of life. I developed that over the years. It took like I could be somewhere in another neighborhood and I walk by the street and hello, and I could have a conversation with anybody. I done that. I done that. My wife looks at me. She's like, like everywhere you go, you can have I say, yeah. I don't know, honey. I don't know. It's just I can have a conversation with anybody. I could be sitting at a bus stop. I don't like to personally. I don't like small talk. But if you're interesting, then we could talk. So I think that's what happened to me. I think over the years, because I have all these neighbors. I don't talk to them. They say hello to me. I say hello to them, and that's it. Because I know them. I got to know them. They're not genuine people. They're very shady. Some of them are a couple of them are very shady people, and I don't want to deal with that. But yeah. So I don't think I'm boring. Yeah, I don't think I'm boring. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, so this is the problem with this. You can't have, you can't be, you can't. I don't want to come off as that because I've been to those channels. They try too much to be, vanilla, whatever you want to call it, vanilla, too proper. I just can't. That's not me. It's not me. I didn't grow up. I didn't grow. I tell you like it is here. I grew up without a dad. I was the youngest of 8. I grew up in poverty. You know. Yeah, I'm gonna try to edit it. I guess, Keegan. I guess I'm gonna try to edit it. But if anything, I'll mute it. I can mute it. The audio, I can mute it. Every time I get hit with a copyright notice, I usually mute the audio. Now they have the option because I did it last night to one of my videos. They have the option where you could click on it and they'll try to. YouTube will do it for you to mute that whole. Whatever's in dispute, you can give the option of YouTube to mute it for you. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell YouTube, you know what? Whatever's the question, just mute it, and that's it. And it takes a while though. It takes about a day. And you see it. It says, what is it? Like with HD, like with the HD processing. Because I did that to a video yesterday. It had me partially monetized because of a couple of songs. No, one song. It was one song. So I said, no, you know what? Mute the song. I want to get monetized for this. Just mute the song. So I'm gonna check later on to see if it was successful. It should be. So they mute it. Yeah, I'll just mute it. If I can't edit it, I'll just mute it. It's okay. Yeah, I know they can't take a joke. Well, there's a lot of things they can. Thank you, Glenn, for that. I appreciate that. So Jim's radio check. How long does it take before they zap you? Your 2 seconds. Yeah. No, it just happened. As soon as I put the camera over here, I saw the message. So it's probably a few seconds. So yeah, I'm gonna try to edit it later. Just gigging. Jim's radio check. Start a channel under a different name. No, I tried that because there's a lot of YouTube channels that do that too. Because I seen them because I try to watch. Like they'll put a football game on. For example, this is one channel. He was putting USFL games on. Spring football, which is coming up soon. So he got like 400 people watching, 500 people watching, and all suddenly they took down a couple of them. Well, he got so many subscribers I think he got like a few hundred subscribers or something, with like in a day or something. They just post it. That's what a lot of people do. They just post videos like that to get subscribers and all that, and then they get their stream taken down, and then they already have subscribers. And some of them never unsubscribe; they just stay there, and that's how they build subscribers. I don't want, of course, I don't want to do that. That's just because those are the type of. I mean, why would I want those type of viewers anyway? For this channel, no. But yeah, there's people that do that, you know. Because then he shut down my other channel. I tried to post a World Series game live, and I was 10 minutes in. I was already 10 minutes in, and I was just showing. I wasn't even showing it. I was showing it in an angle, but I guess they could pick up the audio, the announcers, and boom, it says I got shut down. My stream got shut down completely. It says copyright something, and and in my stream it was black screen. Everything was gone. I was off. I was like, damn, what the? No warning. They just took me down. And you can even replay it. Because when I went to try to see if I could keep it replay, it said nope. He's blocked everywhere. That's funny though. Yes, I think I'm just gonna stop showing videos because I don't want to get hit with all that anymore. Not only music, but videos. And this one didn't have music, it was just a movie. Wow. That's the first for me that happened. But then again, I've been live streaming since July now. The end of July is when I first started live streaming when I came back. So now I'm learning this. So now I know I can't even show movie clips. I can't show movie clips because I'll get taken down. That's funny. So I got 8 people watching, 11 likes. Thank you. Wow. Oh, thank you, Jim. Jim Gordon, you're definitely not boring. Thank you. When and how did you develop an interest in radio? With me, it started when I was with a small transit station in the UK. I get stations all over Europe. Yeah, same thing. Um, if when I first I was around 8 when my oldest brother had a multi-band radio like this one, but with cassette. It was like something like this one, but it had the cassette and it was a Sound Design. It was a brand called Sound Design. And I remember because I remember the first thing that interested me was this thing. It was an AM FM. I saw all these bands. I'm like, and I asked my brother, what are those bands? So I saw the Air Band, like it had but his radio had the picture. It had the Air Band had a little plain picture. It's a Sound Design radio, but it had the pictures next to it. Like the Air Band had a little airplane. I think FM had a musical note. Police Band, I think it had like I forgot what was it. It might have been a little badge, a police badge. I forgot what it was. Anyway, so I was intrigued by that. I was fascinated by it because I was like, so I said, what is that? What's Air Band? And he said, all right, I guess you could listen to airplanes flying. I said, wow, really? So I asked him, can I use the radio? He said, nope. He said, no. He said, no, you're not allowed to use my radio. I was like, damn. I was like, really dejected about it. But it always stuck in my head like police band. Man, you can actually hear police talking, So another couple of years went by. And then my brother Alex bought a boombox. It was a JVC boombox. And the boombox back in the 70s, they all had shortwave. Like if you bought a Sanyo, remember the brand? Sanyo, JVC, um, Sharp. Sharp made boomboxes too. There's a couple of other brands. But anyway, his was JVC. It had shortwave. It had like 3 shortwave bands, I think. It had 3 or 2. I forgot. So I was like, so I asked Alex, what is SW? And it said, that's shortwave. And I'm like, what's shortwave? And he said, I think you can hear all around the world with that. I'm like, really? So I asked him, can I use it? He said, okay, you can try it. So I tried it. And the first station I heard was the BBC out of course, London. I heard the BBC because I knew the BBC from Channel 13. Because I knew the BBC from PBS. Because when I was a little kid, I used to watch Mighty Python, Flying Circus, right? You know, it was funny. I used to watch that as a kid. So I remember the BBC from that, you know, the British Broadcasting. That's the first time I heard British Broadcast was because of Mighty Python. And then when I heard the radio, I said, this is I said, this is from England. Okay. And now I got hooked. I got hooked on shortwave. But I wasn't active listener because that wasn't my radio. That was my brother's radio. So then I moved to Puerto Rico. My brother was still in New York, but I was in Puerto Rico. My mother gave me she bought me a little AM transistor radio, like what you just mentioned. Yeah, small transistor radio. I had one of those. They only had AM, medium wave, AM. And I lived in Puerto Rico for almost 2 years. My Spanish wasn't that good, and I didn't want to hear Spanish radio. But there was a couple of stations I could listen to it in English, but I had to wait at night. I would pick up like Florida medium wave, you know, Florida AM station on that little radio. I would pick up, or Virgin Islands. There was an English station in the Virgin Islands that I would pick up. I can't remember now. I couldn't even remember the call signs, but I would hear them. I would just hear them, you know, every so often. And that's how I got hooked up. I got hooked on radio because of that. Because I would that was my escape. You understand? That was my escape. I hated living in Puerto Rico when I was a kid because I was away from my friends in New York. I grew up in the United States. When I went back to Puerto Rico, it felt like to me I didn't belong there. And so that was my escape. That radio was my escape. Every night I used to hear that radio. And I say English stations. And I felt like I was home. You understand? It was not Spanish speaking station. And I couldn't relate to that because I didn't know Spanish. I grew up here. I grew up in, so that was my escape. Is the radio, little transistor radio. Yeah, it was a green radio. I seen it on eBay. I was gonna buy it, but they're asking $30 for that little radio. I'm not paying $30 for a little radio. It's a green radio. Hi Sanjay, you okay? And yeah, so that was my radio. I'm trying to get that radio. I seen it on eBay. Transistor radio. That was my first radio. And then I got hooked. I got hooked on radio, but I got hooked on medium wave. And then everywhere I go, if I stay at a friend's house, you know, if I stay over, not at a friend's house, and when we travel, if we stay in a hotel room, the first thing I do is I go to the clock radio and I turn on the AM stations because I want to hear the local AM stations in that city. Because I like doing band scans. That's my thing too. I love doing band scans of every place I go to. I like to do a band scan. I like to hear the local content because you know, of course, my case, I was growing up poor. We didn't travel much. We didn't travel much at all, only to like Puerto Rico. So and at night when I would hear these medium wave stations from all over the country, you know, I wish I was there. I was like, man, I would love to go to. I would like to go to Chicago one day. Well, you know, you can't afford it. You can't go to Chicago. You know, or you only listen to the local content. You feel like you live there. Especially the ads. You hear on the local streets and all that. So that was my escape. And then, of course, after that, I got into other stuff, other stuff I grew up with. I got to get away from radio, but I always used to listen. One thing I always kept was an AM radio next to my bed, or the clock radio on my nightstand. Always had AM. I was not a big. I was never into FM. I never was FM. I was always AM. That was my thing. AM, medium wave. AM, AM. And then 7 years ago, my wife, I was looking to buy shortwave radio, and my wife noticed it. So she bought it for me for, I believe it was Christmas. And she bought me that radio 7 years ago. And then that's how I got back into what I'm doing now. Because I never owned a shortwave radio myself as a kid. I never got to own one. I couldn't afford one. And then I kind of got away from the hobby for all those years. I just used to listen to AM radio whenever, I used AM, more like medium wave DX. But then a few years ago, when I moved here and we got married and I moved here, and I had more time. I'm not working. I wasn't working. I have more time in my hands now. I started looking into shortwave, and then that's when she bought me this radio, and it took off from there. Because I remember shortwave, it was, of course, it was a lot different back then. Mostly because of the Cold War, right? You had all these communist countries, propaganda, all this stuff. You know how it was. Like, oh my God, it was something like what's the word? I don't know. Exotic about listening to a foreign, a distant station. Because of course we didn't have internet back then. Now the internet, every place is a click away. Back then, if you could listen to another country, it's like wow, it's just like that's so cool, Yeah. So when my wife got me this radio, the first thing I did was come to YouTube, and I started looking up that radio. I looked up that radio, and I found Tom's radio show. He owned that radio, and then of course, eventually, official SWL channel, and then he had a live stream, and I started going in there, and then right after that, I started my channel. When I saw his live stream and I saw his videos, I said, you know what, I'm gonna do a radio channel. I want to start posting receptions and all that. That's how it started. I started with that radio. This channel started with one radio. It was that radio. If you look at my oldest videos, they're all that radio. And then my second radio became this one, the scanner. That was my second radio that I bought. So that was my shortwave, medium wave, HF stuff, and this was my VHF, UHF portion of my channel. This one, and then from there, rest is history, as they say. And of course now I'm doing live stream, and I'm surrounded by radios and transceiver and big old microphone over here, like I have a radio show or something. 6 years later, but I know you started a channel. My thing, my advice is to just keep posting videos and keep grinding, and you'll learn. Like at first, and I came from a background that I came from a background that I ran websites for years. I ran web servers and all that, so I knew about tags and all that already. But I wasn't big into social media. The only social media I had years ago was MySpace. That was my first social media, was MySpace. And then I didn't, then I finally got Facebook. Then I was there for a while, just those two. I didn't do other. Then I went to other social media. I went to there's a place called tag.com. There's another one called High Five. Then I started, but when I started this channel, for a while I didn't use social media for this channel, and then I started using social media to get more people, to watch, because eventually you need. That's another thing. When you have a channel, you're gonna need other social media to help, just to get the word out. But also it helps with the search. So yeah. So just video check. Make that 12. Oh, I got 13. Thank you. I forgot to thank you. Jim Gordon, Elvis Presley was a great Monty Python fan. I have often wondered what would happen if they met and what movie would have been made. Yeah, I know. Like when my brother had that boombox, the JVC boombox, that was in 1977. That's when Elvis had passed away. He died in 77, I remember. So my brother was a big Elvis fan. My brother Alex. He's the one that's missing now, by the way. He's been missing for 22 years now. 20. He's gonna be 23 years. Well, 23 years now, going up to 24 years. He's been missing. He's been missing since May of 1999. He's been missing. We never knew what happened to him. So, but yeah, Elvis Presley. Yeah, I love Mighty Python. It was funny, and some of them are still around today. Some of some of them are still around. Some of them are still. But yeah, I love Mighty Python. And of course, later on, Benny Hill. That's another British comedy, comedy show and all. I like Benny Hill. Benny Hill's another funny guy. Benny Hill. Yeah, they were. Jim Gordon. Shortwave radio was Shortwave radio broadcast were many ways a forerunner. Yeah, because that was you know, our way to, you know, be in touch with like in my case, like I said, I didn't have money to travel. I wasn't a world traveler. I didn't have money like that. When I would listen, even medium wave, when I would listen to the other cities, I never been to Florida until recently. The last few years, I've been to Florida. That's it. All my life, I've never been to Florida until recently. But I heard Florida many times over in different, and you wish, man, I wish I could check, like same thing. Yeah, when I hear Canadian stations, I would like to visit, these places. And of course, the internet kind of, when I first got on the internet back in 1994, 95 ish. I remember the magazine that I had. They had a map of the internet. You believe that back then? There was the map of the internet. It was funny. And you open it up, it was a poster. And you had the map of the internet. You had Gopher. Gopher, I guess it was a search, Gopher. And then they have another one. It was another type of search. Now that was the map. And they had a couple of universities. And there wasn't much back then. Just mostly a bunch of universities. There weren't even businesses. There weren't businesses around yet. There was only a bunch of universities. And of course, startup search engines. And a lot of personal web pages. That was something like that. That was it. There weren't there were no big companies having websites yet. That came later on. That came around 1999, 98, 99. Then you started seeing companies, e-commerce. You started seeing companies go over to have a presence like IBM, IBM.com or whatever, or, Amazon. Well, Amazon.com. Amazon used to sell books only. They were a bookstore. That's how they started. There was an online bookstore, I believe. So yeah, we came a long way now. Now it's 2023, so we're talking about we're about to hit 30 years. 30. It's gonna be 30 years. Well, for me, it's gonna be 30 years since I got online and the internet and the World Wide Web. Excuse me, the World Wide Web. The internet, as we know, has been around for a long time, but this is the World Wide Web, basically. You know, HTTPS, HTTP colon. That's World Wide Web. That's protocol, World Wide Web protocol. So this is all World Wide Web, but the internet's been around before that. A lot of it was FTP. A lot of it was telnet. Of course, email protocol, email's been around for many, 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 many years. But the World Wide Web, as we know it, is 30 years, a little over about 30 years. 2023, so 1990. Mosaic browser was developed in 19. Let me see what year was it. I'll tell you right now what year was it. World Wide Web, Mosaic. That was the first web browser. Mosaic. I was on that. Before that, it was yeah. Let's see, 1990. Yeah, so originally it came out 1993. Before Mosaic, everything on the internet was just text. You type in on a like a terminal. It was a terminal. There was no graphics, no pictures. Eventually, sound. First, it was just pictures, text and pictures. 1993. So 30 years. 30th anniversary is about 30 years now. The World Wide Web as we know it. It don't seem that long ago, but it seems long. Yeah. So of course, yeah. It's fascinating though. You think about it. Before that, you had to use a web. Well, it's not even a web browser. It's called because the word web itself was synonymous with the World Wide Web. Before that, you had to use a browser called Lynx, or actually Telnet. Not even Lynx, Telnet. So it's just terminal. You ever heard of Telnet? You ever heard of SSH? That's what you had to connect to a computer back then. It was just terminal. You log in, and then you had a prompt. You had a prompt. Linux is a $ prompt or whatever you call it, whatever shell program, whatever shell is running on. You had a prompt, and you would type commands, just like in DOS. You would type DOS command. That's the same thing you had to do. And you wanted anything, you had to type. And then, of course, after that, it was all about running in a Windows 3, and what they call graphical user interface, I would call it today, or GUI. And that's what that. So we're 30 years in now. It came a long way. So of course, I changed everything. Of course, 30 years later, we're still talking about the internet is killing shortwave. That's not true. I don't listen to. I listen to streaming here. Yeah, when I'm laying down, there's certain things I can't pick up, I listen to streaming. But I have this nearby too. I have both now. Before it was just this. Now I have my phone and this. I'm nearby my bed. Because this replaced the clock radio. For me, this replaced the clock radio. I would need to wake up. I need a clock radio, and that wakes me up now. I have the clock on that. But sometimes I want to hear anything local. I just put this on. If I want to hear anything that's not local, then I'm not gonna be able to pick up this. Then I have my phone. I use apps for that. I have one called. Let me see. I'll tell you right now. I have some. Well, this one I wiped out my thing, but I have a few. Oh, Amazon. Oh, I'm waiting for my cable. I'm waiting for my cables for this radio. I should get it. Anyway, I'll check. I have several apps. I have one called Simple Radio. Let me play. Let me just put it. But they play ads. So I have one called Simple Radio. You can see it. Okay, this glare is killing it, man. Anyway, it's not gonna be able to focus. Oh yeah, it does focus. There you go. So you see Radio Relo. I listen to Cuba on this too. You know, even though streaming, I listen to Radio Relo because I listen to. I want to hear the local news in Cuba. I listen to Radio Relo here too. I listen to it. So you want to hear it? I don't know if it's gonna mute it and the replay, but let's see. Hold on. Okay, I gotta wait for the ad to finish. This is not the paid version. Okay. Okay. Now.
Imperante en el país. Por su labor revolucionaria a favor de una Cuba más justa para todos, Adigio Benítez fue fichado por los órganos represivos de la dictadura batistiana y llegó a sufrir prisión en esa época. Radio Reloj, 6:59 minutos. La noticia al minuto, eso es Radio Reloj. Sin perder un detalle de lo más importante de la noticia a cualquier hora del día o de la noche, esta su emisora amiga lo mantiene actualizado con solo sintonizarnos. Desde el 1 de julio de 1947, Radio Reloj ha acumulado...
So I listen to that too. I listen to local stuff. I listen to... Like, even though I've never been to Cuba, I'm fascinated with Cuba too, because of course I'm Puerto Rican and we have a thing with. So I listen to Cuban stations. I listen to Spanish stations. I listen to stations from Argentina. Here, I listen to it too. I listen to both. You know, you have radio, but also listen to there's Argentina stations I listen to. Talk radio, Argentina, in Spanish. I listen to it because I'm fascinated. Even though I'm probably never gonna go, I'm never gonna probably travel there. Like I said, it's an escape. It's like an outlet, you know, like you know you can't be there, you listen to it, you know. I know that's weird, but it is for me. I that's what I think I know radio listeners, you know what I'm talking about. And now that's another thing. That's another thing. The QSL, that's another connection. You actually get a physical postcard from a place. That's another thing, you know. Jim Gordon. I remember the novelty of sending my first email to a famous shortwave station, ACJB, in the 90s. Yeah. Keegan Deere said, I listen to stations from Milwaukee and Montreal. Yeah, you know, it's a fascination, you know, it's a fascination. There's certain cities that fascinate me. I listen to Canada, CBC from Whitehorse, Yukon Territory. That's way up there. That's by Alaska. I listen to that station because it's remote. It's out of all the CBC, you know, Canadian broadcasting, it's the most remote one. And I listen to that one because the content there is very local. You know, talking about bobsledding. I mean, not bobsledding, bobsledding. You know, dog sled. Like they would talk about the you know, there's an event up there, right? I did a rod, the dog sled contest, whatever. So it's all these little things that only happens in that area, obviously. And I find it fascinating because it's like even though I can't live in Alaska, even though I don't live in, I don't live in. I wish I could, you know. Not I wish I actually I don't wish I lived there, but it's just fascinating to hear local stuff and thinking, man, what would it be like to live in Alaska or live in Yukon Territory, that type of thing, you know. Yeah, I do that too, Kent. Kent of Kent. Yeah, do you ever use Kiwi SDR? I have it here. I have the Kiwi app. But yeah, that's another place. I like to listen to medium wave from all around the world. Sometimes I'll listen to medium wave in, like I said, even I do streaming. I can listen to like Argentina, Australia. I like to listen to medium wave from Australia. I'll put a Kiwi SDR from Australia, and I listened to I think I heard right. I heard I picked like Russia. I medium wave. Of course. I try to because I'm trying to get English stations from there. If anybody has an English station, I just tune the medium wave bands and see if I can pick up. Yeah, and exactly calling shows. That's what I like to hear. That's my. Is that really music? My thing is calling shows. I love to listen to calling shows, talk shows, but calling shows. And they connect exactly when they connect with their audience. So the one in Argentina that I'm talking about is a couple of them. They call in. It's a calling show, and it's overnight. It's really late at 3 in the morning. I'm listening to it, and okay. So take care, Jim Gordon, and thank you for stopping by. Yeah, I'm gonna shut it down in a bit. Yeah, so let me go over here real quick. I'll just skip something. Okay, yeah. So Keegan, 89.7 WU WM Milwaukee, and of course 90.3 CKUT Montreal on my Part 15 stations on 910 AM and 91.9 FM. Yeah. So yeah, I listen to Kiwi SDR also. And I do. I like to listen to medium wave. I don't really. Shortwave is not the thing I listen on Kiwi. I look for medium wave. That's what I look for a lot. Obviously, spot on that. I look for medium wave stations. I'll go to England. I go to England. I put a medium wave. I put a city. Either what I can hear in London or what I can hear in Oxford, England, or what else? Yeah, I do. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I want to do more of those. I just woke up early. I like to do. I enjoy those because sometimes I stay up all night. I stay up all night sometimes, so I like to do that. I like to listen to medium wave and see what I can pick up. Sometimes yeah, I know I went across the whole band that stream day before yesterday. Yeah, and I know Peter came on. He was on with me. He's from the Czech Republic, so he was on. And because it was like 6 in the morning when I got on. I was on for like an hour and a half. So you enjoy those? That's cool. That's good to know. I see more people enjoy that. I'll probably do a stream. I'll pop in. I could pop in and do a stream like that. Real late. You know, like 4 or 5 in the morning. I could stay on for 3 hours and I'll do just tuning band. I'll be tuning. I like doing that. That's good to know. Yeah, Radio Australia has great calling shows. Yeah, and that's what I enjoy. My preference is medium wave. I love medium wave. So, and like say, when I go to Indiana, I'm gonna go to Indiana in a couple of weeks or so. In about 2.5 weeks, I'm going to Indiana. When I go to Indiana, 3 weeks, excuse me, 3 weeks. When I go to Indiana, I'm taking my radios with me. I want to hear the local stuff. I'm gonna do band scan. I'm gonna do a couple of videos on it. I'm gonna record a couple of. I'm gonna try to do DX from there. I'm gonna try to medium wave DX from there to see if I can get West Coast stations. You know, so I enjoy. I still enjoy radio, like I was a kid. I'll take my medium wave radios. I'll take all my little radios. I'll do medium wave. I'll do a band scan. It is. It's a nice. It, so wherever I go, I take my radios and I'll listen to the whole band of the medium wave. FM, I go through it too. FM and also television. I do television. I do television. If I can do television, I do. But my thing is the radio, medium wave. I have to listen to the. I go through it. I want to hear any calling shows, talk show, things like that, and I'll listen to it. You know, every time I tell him my wife and I when I went to Las Vegas, Of course, back then I didn't have a channel. This is before I started all this shit. I was late. I was clock radio right there. I had put on. If I ever go back to Vegas, that's the first thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bring these radios again, and you know that was before I got back into the hobby and all that. But I always done that. I enjoy the local. It's fascinating for me. It's fascinating. It's like yeah, they connect with their audience. Yep. Yeah, it was yeah, noise peaks in. That's pretty cool. I enjoy that. It's just I missed it. I was asleep then. Okay, yeah, I know Keegan. I just popped in because well, that's the other thing. Here we go. That's the other thing. I haven't had a beer in 12 days. I'm getting to that point now that so of course since I'm not drinking beer anymore, my body's adjusting. All of a sudden my body's like wired. Um I woke up that morning. I slept. I went to bed around 10 o'clock that night. I woke up at I can tell you right. I woke up around Hello. I woke up around 5 o'clock. I was up. That's it. I don't need coffee. Um, like I said that morning, I don't need coffee because now since I'm not drinking and I have no alcohol for 1 year, my body now is I'm wired. I'm starting to have more. I feel more energized now. Like I said, I lost 7 pounds already in 12 days. I lost 7 pounds without even trying. Money that I saved in my pocket. So yeah, you're gonna see. That's not the last one. You're gonna see a lot more of those popping early in the morning type thing. So that's why I tell people hit the bell icon because you don't know when I could come on. I'm on now, but I could be back tomorrow night at 1 or 2 in the morning or Saturday and a little. You never know. And to keep people on their toes too. So I'm probably gonna do another one soon. The band scan. I may do. I was thinking about doing it from the boiler room. Do one from the boiler room with one of these radios. Just do a bad scan with these. At 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, just do bad scan with these old radios. I'm looking into it. I'm looking into doing the boiler room. I spent yesterday. I spent the whole day rearranging this room. I haven't had energy like this in a long time. I'm energized. So I gotta work on the room upstairs. I gotta rearrange it. But then I'm gonna do the boiler room. Once I rearrange the boiler room, I'm gonna do live streams in there too. So now I'm gonna do my regular stream. I may do a pop-in stream from there. Either I'm gonna be tuning one of these radios or a multi-band radio or another SDR in there because I could put another SDR in there and do medium wave in there, whatever. Or even try to do some FM, of course, shortwave. No, I enjoyed them though. That was fun. Those two, the last two medium wave band scan, they were fun. They were fun. I enjoyed them. I logged in a few. Because of those, I logged in I got a couple of new catches. So, you know. Yeah. Keegan said I was up earlier this morning before 6. Yeah. When I'm in Kent of Ken, when I'm in Nevada, my favorite station is the one from the Navajo Nation. Oh, that's cool. That would be interesting to see. To hear. Excuse me. Yeah, if I ever go out there again, I'm gonna look into that. Of course, if I ever go out there again, I want to get the California stations Of course, Mexican stations, that would be nice. All the way up the Pacific coast, pick up those stations. Maybe from there to see if I can pick up stations from here. Like I believe WCBS or WABC sometimes makes it all the way out there. So, like when I was in Florida, I picked up stations that were here from there. So I picked up over there, WCBS, I picked up. I think it was WABC I picked up from over there. It's good. It's good to see that, Eventually, I would like to go. I would like to visit Puerto Rico one day again. And if I ever go to Puerto Rico, I'm going to do DX from there. That's one place I want to do DX. I want to go to Puerto Rico and do a DX from there. Maybe I could pick up the Virgin Islands again, and all those islands: Dominican Republic, Cuba, Jamaica. Yeah. Kent. Yeah, I had no internet, so I made a spreadsheet with all the DX stations. Cool. That's one thing I never did. I never logged. I wish I would have logged all that stuff. So, but better late than ever. I'm looking into doing a log for my medium wave. I mean, I have the major ones. Most of them I have them on video, so I already have an archive of them. But I want to do one because I'm thinking about incorporating that on my blog. I have a blog too. DannyRadio.blogspot.com. That's my blog for this channel. All my videos are there. But I also want to do a log of all the stations I ever picked up that I heard. And I want to put that on that blog. So people can, if they search for it, they can see it there. And yeah, so I want to look into that. I want to see if I can do something with that. Of course, now that I also got my license for my amateur radio. And again, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's fascinating, but I still love listening. And that's my thing. I still enjoy listening. It was FTA was fun. I saw the thing about it, and I'm gonna do the single sideband thing. But for me personally, I still enjoy listening. I enjoy listening. I love listening. That's my thing. I'm always gonna be a listener first, then an operator second. That's for me. For me, I'm always gonna be a listener first. I enjoy shortwave listening. I enjoy medium wave listening. I enjoy utility listening. I enjoy airband listening, scanner listening. I enjoy that a lot more than I think. That's why I took so long just to get my license, because I know now that I have it, same thing. I'm enjoying it, but I still enjoy listening. Even with the Zygo, I had it on last night. And I was just listening to it. Not talking. I just want to listen to it. So I just tune bands and listen to it. I still enjoy listening to it more than So, and I get QSL. I got EQSLs. I got a few of them that FTA people, listeners, shortwave listeners. I reply to them because I like that. I like that shortwave listeners got in touch with me because they heard me. They heard the signal on FTA and they say okay. So they send me EQSL. So I reply. I reply to all of them. I had about 40 of them already. I replied to every single one of them. EQSL. So there was 3 of them that was shortwave listener, and then one of them heard me from Portugal. 2 of them heard me. One was from Italy, one was from Portugal, and one was from me, from here. United States. I forgot what. Shortwave listener. So, and that was kind of cool, you know. I know some people frown upon, replying to shortwave listener. No, me, I replied to them. I replied to them. I even posted one of them on my QSL page. His EQSL. Because I put pictures of their EQSL on my QSL page. So some of them look very nice looking EQSL. So I posted them. Those are the ones that I found interesting. So I posted them on my QSL page. But yeah, I'm gonna work into that for the log thing for my reception. I want to do a log actually, so I can put it on my blog, and then because YouTube, I have to say, even though I have this channel, and I have these videos up with all these receptions, you never know what YouTube might do. YouTube one day might say, you know what, you violated this and this and this, you're banned, and everything is gone. And that's why I want to have a log. I want to have a log, so my blog still has old log, and yeah. All right, so there you go. So I'm gonna end it right now. It's 3 hours and 5 minutes I've been on tonight, or today/tonight. So I want to say thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the likes. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. And also, if you're a subscriber, hit the bell icon that notifies you, especially like we just talked about. I could come on anytime. It's not only Tuesdays and Thursdays. I pop in on any time. I'm thinking about it this weekend. I may pop in to do one of those. I love those band scans. I may do one. I don't want people to lose sleep over it, but I may do one. Day 12. Knock on wood. Alcohol free. I'm going for 365. So far, so good. So I may do a live band scan soon or something. Anyway, thank you for watching, and thank you everybody. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, Keegan, Paul, Kent, James Farley, Jim, so on. I'm gonna go all the way up here real quick. Glenn, and let's see what else. Of course, Paul, Mary the Xer. Let me just thank everybody. There you go, and Dwayne, and there you go. Thank you. If I missed anybody, thank you. All right. Good night. See you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.